are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Pour. And once again, it is the Barnes and Tony show. We also have the TikTok star, Renee Viviano, in the house. Let's go. Everybody's fired up, though. Everybody is fired up. Tony, how are you doing, sir?
Oh, I'm doing great. You look like you're in the military today, Brian.
I don't know why. Ever since the first time you ever said that to me, die laughing. I think it's the way you say it. Military, dude. Military. But, all I can say is everybody's different, Tony. Everybody's different. But there's nothing like a shortcut, low maintenance. You just can't beat it. And especially people like me, people like you, with the sweating, it just makes it a little easier. Like anytime, you have a thick head of hair, it makes it a little more difficult. It's tough.
I wish Mike was here for that.
What do we got, Renee? What do we got?
Have you ever gone full army style?
One time, and I think I could probably get a picture somewhere.
Oh,
but
let's go.
I think it was at right around football camp or something. Like everybody on the team was just going full buzz cut.
Classic.
But I have to say I don't like that look. I think that's too much. But a nice high-low fade, Tony. A high-low fade. I feel like you're due for a high-low fade.
No, I don't really do the fade.
No, but you don't really do it. But I feel like you do, though, is what I'm saying.
Nah.
But dude.
Yeah, but come on, dude.
Come on, Tony. Come on. Oh man, there's so much to go over today. I guess what we can do, because let's actually start with, I know we don't actually have a world video, so let's just actually start with some college basketball. I'm kind of excited, Tony, because you threw me off guard just a little bit. Yesterday you were talking to me about how you're watching the closing, part of the UConn basketball game. Mm-hmm. And I have to say, and I understand, going into this game, Xavier, they're a ranked opponent. But just the track record, the hype, I think UConn was up to number 2 in the country. Yeah. They're 19, and they just had their 6th loss of the season last night, 82-79. I mean, I know they made a comeback. They were down 15 at the half, but that's the whole thing there. You're at home. You can't start in a 15-point hole. I mean, it's embarrassing. And if you look at, their last couple of games, sure, they blew out Butler by 30, but they lost to Seton Hall. They lost to St. John's. They lost to Marquette. And I just feel like, and that was, sure, they beat Creighton, but then also, at Providence unranked at the time, they lost by 12. And this is a team, like I said, that was, undefeated, ranked number 2 in the nation. And it just seems like here we go again with that 6th loss in conference. They now have a losing record in conference play. And I just feel like, that's a little embarrassing for a team that starts number 2 overall.
Yeah, I really honestly could not really agree more. I mean, again, you're watching the game, and I caught the last 5 minutes of it. And it got me kind of excited. I was really surprised, honestly. I was like, wow, they're making a big comeback here. They're getting into it. They're hitting some good shots. And you were thinking, there was 5 minutes left and they were down by 7 or something. I mean, they could do it. They could maybe. All of a sudden, a minute and a half goes by. They're only down by 3. They're trying to bounce back. They make some stupid shots. Xavier out there is able to run a lot of clock off the game, and all of a sudden, there's kind of a minute to go here, and they're still kind of down, and they just ended up just blowing it, dude. Again, they had a chance, right? Were unable to convert on a 3, had to foul, right? So at that point, I think Xavier goes up to 82 or something. UConn gets fouled. I think after they, inbound the ball, then they get fouled, whatever, they're on the line. And then, it's like, all right, miss one or make the first, miss the second, get your rebound, try and dish it out real quick. Second and a half left in the game. And I forget the dude who's at the foul line. I forget his name right now, but
Sonogo, Carabine, Hawkins, Newton, Jackson.
Hawkins.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he had something like an 83% free throw percentage, everything. So obviously, he's good at making free throws, but it's like, when you want to miss, like you just, for some reason, it just seemed like he threw a dart, honestly, like at the hoop. Like I would imagine if you're trying to like miss and get a good hop for a big man to get a rebound here, you want to kind of like loft it up, hit the front of the rim, get someone to snag it. And it's like, what kind of, come on.
And I
Poor
know
execution.
it's different, but the way I look at it, I mean, come on, we know ourselves. How easy is it to miss a free throw? Like
so easy
for us, we don't really need to try that hard. You know what I mean?
Dude.
Like, but just kind of like like just nonchalant shoot it. I mean, you're most likely not going to make it. I don't understand.
It
That.
was
Like
swoosh,
you're that
dude.
good. Like you can't miss a free throw. I mean, come on.
Nothing but net. This last one, dude.
And this is a tough one too because we were talking about Hawkins. He was 7 of 7 from the line. 5 of 10 from 3-point range, 28 points. He had a great game. Newton had 23. I was surprised that Caravan, only 5 points in 35 minutes. Sonogo had 11. If you look at it, I mean, it's a stark difference in this game. Xavier 10 of 20 from 3-point range, 50%. UConn 10 of 28, 35%. You think about take a couple less threes, go to the basket.
Right.
Free throws were pretty even, around 76%. So you understand that, but it's just you shouldn't have got off to that start. And Jaybird chiming in, fresh cut Barnes.
I think Jaybird may have made some poor bets last night, dude.
Really?
No, actually, I don't know what bets he made.
Did he go Rangers?
I mean, I told him to do.
What are you gonna do? I feel like Jay's due for a high and tight cut. No,
Jay's definitely due for a high and tight cut. Speaking of Jason, though, he'll be in studio tomorrow for sports report and screen time. Actually, he was telling me, so he's gonna come in early, gonna do the sports, gonna do the screen time. It's gonna be a really exciting Friday for Jason back.
Yeah, we always love having Jay in studio, so really looking forward to that. On the precipice, Tony, of possibly one of the best weekends of the whole year. Championship Sunday. I'm just so pumped for it. I absolutely, cannot wait. It's going to be, an absolutely great time. What do you think the chances are we could get, we're talking about high and tight cuts, that we could get Michael C. Theophil with a high and tight just one time? I honestly, I don't even think I could picture it. Have you ever seen it?
Yeah. When we first met, Michael was rocking the fade,
Wow. There's got to be pictures somewhere.
Close to zero on the side. Yeah, I have a picture on my phone of him with short hair.
Would I not recognize him? Because I feel like this is all I know. You know what I mean?
No, you would still recognize him.
Yeah, I mean, I think, come on, just like to mix it up, you and Michael same time and with no stash. I really want to see it, Tony. I really want to see it.
I'll be shaving my stash when we get 1,000 subs on YouTube.
100%?
100%. Yeah.
Wow.
Like literally, because I kind of want to shave it off, to be honest.
Because I think this is the longest run of your career. No,
it is.
Wow. That's
the longest run by far, dude. It's been over 2 years.
Are you gonna miss the comb?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna probably enjoy it a little bit, not having, because sometimes, dude, it gets in the way of things,
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, dude.
Michael, just one high and tight, you and Tony at the same time with them. Yeah, no, exactly. No, but I'm saying I want you and Tony same time when he's shaving the stash. Could you imagine if we did that for the 1,000 subscribers? Both of you guys.
It has to be like 100,000 for me, not 1,000.
Oh, okay.
For me to get a haircut, it has to be fucking 100 to 500,000.
Wait, and when was the last time you got a haircut?
Well,
before COVID. Trims. Yeah.
Before COVID.
Wow.
It was the week before I got a freshie.
And this is like just like Tony with the mustache. This is the longest run of your career, or
longest?
No? Wow.
Ever.
Wow.
Ever. I've had long runs, but this.
Yeah.
By far, no question. I love that haircut though. That's a great.
Yeah, I mean, Tony likes to, poke fun a little bit, calling it military. That's his favorite.
What haircut is Barnes gonna get?
Yeah, no, like I'm not a long hair person. Like I just had a memory actually come up. I was at the Providence game 13 years ago. It was the longest my hair's ever been. It looked ridiculous.
Yeah.
I could probably. I'll get it on my phone.
Send it right now. Do it.
Oh my God, with the right now.
Quick fun fact.
Yeah.
The Pittsburgh Steelers' old quarterback. What's his name? He's on TV.
Terry Bradshaw.
Terry Bradshaw. You know who his starting quarterback was before him? And I think it was in college.
No.
Duck Dynasty star. And the only reason he got the job, Terry Bradshaw, and Duck Dynasty didn't go to the NFL is because he literally went into the duck business because he loved it so much.
That's crazy.
He was so much more elite than Terry Bradshaw.
Wow.
Really?
Terry, I said it in the old sports group.
That's pretty cool.
Story. He tells it, Terry.
That is,
dude. Talk about needing to retire, though. Terry Bradshaw. I mean, like 5 years ago, it was like, wow, this is cool. Terry's still kicking. But that was 5 years ago. Now it's like.
But you know what it is? I get it, though. I honestly, because
I don't think you do, Brian.
No, just think about it. Like it's like with us. Like, you know what I mean? No matter how whatever happens to us, we always want to be doing this. It doesn't, you know what I mean? So just and obviously Terry, you know, what does he have? Hundreds of millions of dollars. But like, it's just being in that position. There's nothing better. You're getting paid to do what you love. Obviously, he loves the game. So I get it. But at the same time, Tony, I mean, I agree with you. Jimmy Johnson, I think Jimmy Johnson, who's older, I think anyway, almost like it's more impressive what he does. I think he's still pretty good for him, no?
Yeah, I would say so. He's definitely more with it.
Right, exactly. So yeah, that is kind of interesting, but they definitely, you know, don't like to give up, you know, these roles, you know, because it's just such a good job. And I'm sure we can only imagine when the cameras are turned off, you know, them watching the games in between the start of the ones, halftime, and all that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's got to be unbelievable, especially Boomer and the boys over at CBS,
right?
With Phil Simms, that's got to be nuts.
Oh, Phil Simms, dude.
So you know, and so yeah, disappointing loss for UConn. You know, we'll see if they can rebound. I'm not feeling great. The only thing that gives me somewhat hope, I was talking about this with my barber actually the other day, is like both times they won the championship in 2011 and 2000 and I don't know why I was just like blanking there. What 2011 and 2014, I think. So both times they won. Hot start, you know, preseason before conference play, mediocre conference play. Great play in the conference tournament and obviously a championship in the NCAA tournament. So that is the pattern they've had. I guess it's like what we talk about with getting the bad ones out of the way.
Right.
So I could see something there, but I have to say, you know, we're always, you know, when we're filling out our brackets, you know, we pick UConn to win. I think we have back-to-back years. I think we might want to give Providence a shot here. And my mom, you know, wanted me to mention this on the show. I mean, a big win, 8-2 in conference play now, 79-58 over Butler. Butler, you know, struggling, but Providence now 16-5, 8-2 in the Big East. You know, we know they won the regular season last year. You know, Bryce Hopkins leading the way with 16 points. And I just, you know, we've talked about it so many times, but I think it's just a combination of the great coaching that they get from Cooley and the fact that everybody buys in. And I just feel like, you know, they're kind of due to get over that hump. I mean, they did finally make the Sweet 16 last year after a long run, not getting to that point. But I kind of like them over UConn. And I hope that UConn, you know, can turn it around and you know, it could be them playing in the Big East Conference Championship game. I mean, that would be the best thing we could get. I don't know. Like, despite the parallels, like with UConn in the championship years, Tony, do you feel, you know, Providence, the strong conference record, actually a better conference record than they had out of conference? Do you agree with me that Providence is kind of more poised here to make a run?
Honestly, from what I've been hearing from you over, you know, I guess the past year, I want to say, when you kind of get pretty hyped about Providence, everything, it certainly sounds like it's Providence's time, you know? I mean, historically, you know, you talked about what they've done and everything, but it just seems like a lot of things are coming together. We've seen some great play from them too. Right? I feel like decent run last year.
Yeah, Sweet 16.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So
you know, Big East regular season champs. I think they lost in the semifinals of the Big East tournament. You know, you just can't get any better than that from you know what they're dealing with. And I feel like the sad part too for UConn is I feel like their roster is so much more talented. They got a couple NBA guys. You know, so it's just kind of a shame that they're going on this run, you know, bad run. But the only positive thing here, next two games, they are on the road, but you're playing DePaul and Georgetown, two bottom feeders. Georgetown hadn't won a Big East game till the other day for years.
Wow, two bottom feeders.
Patrick Ewing, you know, a great Nick, obviously. As a coach, Michael, I mean, come on. Complete embarrassment. At least go 500. I mean, not even close. Not even close. I mean, should he just retire?
Retire.
Yeah.
Couldn't transition. Is he coaching still?
Yeah.
Really?
He ever since he's been awful, you know, taking over actually for John Thompson II. We know about legendary the original John Thompson. What a job he did, and he actually coached Patrick Ewing at Georgetown. But
What's Patty's deal?
I don't know if it's a responsiveness thing, if it's recruiting, because I do think the shine on going to Georgetown to play college basketball is not there anymore.
No, try now.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yo, how crazy is it? Amoni Bates is at whatever South Michigan or whatever it is. Do you know who he is?
No, who is
Dude,
that?
he was the #1 player in the country. Had a shit year last year at I don't know where. I forget. He was like the next Kevin Durant out of high school, LeBron James out of high school.
Wow.
LeBron just tweeted about him because he dropped 27 straight points.
For South Michigan?
Dude, it's crazy.
Is that even Division
He had
One?
like 47 points or something.
Wow.
I can't believe you don't know about this.
No.
You're a big college guy.
Well, I'm getting there. I think once the conference tournaments start, the hockey, has really kind of captivated me. Obviously, the football this time.
Naturally, hockey.
Speaking of
Football.
of coaching,
yeah,
Ed Cooley, Fairfield U. Did you know that, Tony?
we've
What?
talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Did you?
He
I
didn't know.
forgot.
He didn't
This
know.
part I forget.
Fairfield U, like honestly,
He
dude. like-
coached it.
okay.
Coached at Fairfield
No,
U.
but I'm saying
Okay.
you remember talking about that, right?
Yeah, I remember you mentioning it. Yeah.
Oh no, the way you said it, I thought you were kidding. I thought it
pretty
was
sick.
like one of those things like, oh yeah,
No.
Cooley, I know that. Are you kidding? I thought you met him. Like,
Yeah.
Tony hates
No,
on
I
Fairfield
never
U
met.
because it's Fairfield U. 'Cause he's like,
Oh.
oh, it's shoe. But
I
it's
mean,
like,
yeah, it's like
I
a
think it's
stupid
sick.
university.
That just shows though, recruiting and money. If you don't have that, doesn't matter how good coach you are.
except if you're Ed Cooley though.
Well, he didn't do anything at Fairfield U.
You know what I'm saying, Michael? Providence. You should see the slew of coaches that they had before Ed Cooley came in.
Line him up.
Okay, so first of all, the first one actually, Tim Welsh was there. That was when the first coach when my sister first went to Providence. We go to the games. They had Ryan Gomes, who I know you know. He's from Connecticut. Actually played for the Celtics, first round pick, all of that, or second round pick, whatever.
It was like a loser.
Almost won National Player of the Year.
Really?
And he was great under Welsh, but it's like they constantly, I know it was back in the old Big East days when it was like 17 teams, whatever it is. So they always struggled under 500. So then they let him go, and he actually ends up going to Hofstra, after doing some TV work with ESPN. Doesn't even get to coach a game, gets a Dewey before his first game, so then he has to resign.
Oh, what an idiot!
Yeah.
dude.
So
And he's from Connecticut, you say?
he
No, the basketball player was.
no, yeah, this is
Oh.
the head coach.
National Player of the Year.
And then they decide, let's take a flash in the pan younger guy, Keno Davis. Okay, he wins Coach of the Year at Drake. Has some record like 33-3, but it's like we're playing at Drake, we're playing in the Missouri Valley Conference. Go to Providence, does absolutely nothing. Like these guys, it was so irregular to make the NCAA tournament. And then so they let him go after a couple years, and then this is after my sister had graduated. But they bring in Ed Cooley, and it's like he's brought a stabilization that they haven't seen. He's done a better job. I know he's coached there more, but he's done a better job, even though he made it to the Final Four, than Rick Pitino at Providence. I mean, it's really unbelievable what he's done. And you talk about recruiting money, and it's like, listen, like they don't get the top recruits often. He has to work with guys that are kind of middle of the road. You look at his record with Providence. I think before he had gotten there, I mean, I want to say that they hadn't made the NCAA tournament in like 10 years, and he's been there since 2011. And he's made it a combined 6 times since 2011. They hadn't made it previous 10 years. He's constantly in it, and winning that conference championship last year at 27-6, 14-3 mark in the Big East. You can't beat that. And I'm telling you, if Ed Cooley was the head coach in the New York Knicks, they'd win a championship within 2 years. 100%, Michael. Okay.
I wish I saw next time I'm going to do it. I should have. It was a funny TikTok of the Knicks and funny like music, some horrible like rendition of a famous song, and just what the Knicks are this year. Dude, they're so bad.
I mean, but how is it though? Why is it always a 5-game winning streak, then a 5-game losing streak? Like, what's that all about?
I mean, dude, I wish I could just take over.
No, but how funny is it too that we just knew it right away as soon as it happened with Evan Fournier? This is only his second. Is it his third year or second year with the team? I want to say it's his second.
I feel like it's a second.
He's already like a guy that's coached at
Bench player.
DMP, and he got an $80 million contract. And we knew it for day one. But no, we don't know anything. We don't know anything at all. So that's just ridiculous. But Tony, I have to say, because you give me a little sarcastic look here. I don't think you're a believer in Providence, honestly. And it kind of upsets me a little bit.
I mean, I just don't really follow basketball that much. There was the Knicks. Evan Fournier thing is what I was like. Oh, all right, yeah, Evan Fournier.
Tony.
Sure, dude.
See, the thing is, I haven't, I watch periodically some NBA games this year, but
that's cool.
I'm saying so do you. You definitely walk into it occasionally.
I don't think I could tell you if I've even watched a
Harrison
minute.
doesn't have league pass to watch the Celtics.
Are you kidding me?
Does he even like basketball?
No, yeah, he's a big Celtics fan.
Yeah. He doesn't watch the games.
If he does, I'm not home for it.
Does he have league pass?
I have no idea. I don't.
You guys definitely don't get the Boston channels now. No way.
I don't know. I feel like the Celtics are on, but
dude, I have to say,
aren't they on prime time quite often though? I feel.
Oh yeah, decent amount. But I have to say, whether
league
we're
pass?
talking, league pass would get you, any team in the whole league,
right?
But out of any like announcers from any like state, I swear to God, the people that work on like Nesson do talk about the Red Sox, talk about the Patriots, unbelievable. Literally, like the most annoying announcers of all time.
Really?
Like, literally. I mean, you've heard the guys on like.
I've heard the announcers for the Bruins.
I mean, I
get the
get,
announcers for
but
Fenway,
deep Boston accent or no?
It's not that bad, honestly. I don't think so.
Oh, I mean, parking the car. I don't know. It's just too much for me, honestly. I can't stand the Nesson announcers.
Jay Bird.
Talking about you with a fake fan of UConn?
No, Harrison, fake fan of Celtics, he's saying.
Yeah. A little
dude.
call out. We love
He
that.
is,
We love
dude.
that.
Yeah.
Jay loves a good call out.
Yeah.
We got Matthew checking in. What's good, muchachos? Barnes looking great with the haircut,
it's
bro.
nice to see that everybody other than Tony thinks it's a great cut.
Yeah.
Renee complimented me,
Yeah.
Michael, Matthew, and then Tony's over here talking about the military.
Tony's grumpy today. I don't know.
Yeah.
I actually really
I
didn't
wonder
say.
why. I wonder
What's
why.
going on, Tony?
Yeah.
I didn't make it be like I wasn't.
Mhm.
I wasn't like insulting you. I was just saying like you look like you're in the military.
No, it's one of
not
those
a
things when
bad
you
thing.
start
It's like a
something by-
backhand compliment.
No, it's not.
No, when
though.
you go, no offense, but come on.
But did I start like that,
Also,
I
happy
didn't
to
start
see
like that,
Tony's
dude.
alive. What were you hammered last night or something?
dude? I was all over the place last night, dude. Didn't make
Hammered?
it home. Yeah, dude. It was brutal.
Really?
No.
Here he goes, though, with the attitude again, Mike.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you think it's because you're here and he's just like
I don't
doing that for
know.
you? Like
I don't know.
What?
he doesn't
No.
he's not usually this grumpy.
Oh,
don't know. Maybe he
stop
didn't
it,
sleep.
guys.
I feel like he didn't
Come
sleep.
Oh yeah,
on,
what is it?
dude.
4.5? Let's hear it.
No. It was 7. Maybe 6.5.
This doesn't
Probably
sound
not.
like
It doesn't
7.
sound
This
like
sounds
good.
like 3.
Doesn't sound like good sleep though.
Dope hat.
Wow, finally someone not busting my balls, huh, dude?
I think you started it, bud. All right. But
Yeah.
what was the whole thing about Tony's alive? Didn't come. He just joked.
Oh, no, I visited Adam last night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was up in Glastonbury after class.
Oh, so you came back
That
this morning?
makes sense.
Yeah.
Why he's tired.
Oh yeah, you must have left at like 5 a.m.
Dude, 7. I left at 7. I got here by 8.
What was it all about 7, Tony? 7 hours, left at 7.
Yeah, I went to bed at midnight. Woke up at 7. 7 out. Left at 7.
Don't buy it. Not buying it.
Yep.
He's
yep.
fibbing.
This is one of those times
That's not
when
the truth.
This is one of those times when he just goes opposite side just to do it. You know what I mean?
Opposite side.
He didn't get enough sleep.
Contrarian.
No, dude, stop it. Stop it, dude. You're the contrarian. Dude.
But how so? Please explain to me.
Because you're going opposite of what I'm saying.
But
Uh,
oh, come on.
uh,
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Honestly, perfect example, Tony. Perfect example. Fibers say what?
I think
Fibber,
he means
fibber,
fibber.
fibber, okay,
Fibber say
fibber.
what?
So what we want to do here, because I mean it's a sore subject, so I just want to wait 1 second before we talk about the Rangers.
Oh,
Let's just go quickly to the world of the National Football League.
6 for 101, 2 touchdowns. Uh-oh. To Evans! Touchdown, Tampa Bay! How about that throw? Sam Darnold blasted! Oh my goodness, did he take a hit? In trouble once! Brings him down! Lost one for Odell Beckham Jr. Got it down! Touchdown!
All right. So just kind of wanted to talk about football for a second. Really surprising yesterday. Videos coming out of Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes walking around fine, playing, having a full practice, no limitations.
Saw that.
Not listed on the injury report. There were some DeMar Hamlin banker jokes about like, oh, is that really him? How is this possible? Like all of that. And it's just like, I can't believe it from that injury. Like, how did they just load him with drugs, Michael? Like, what? I mean, what is that?
gotta be.
Maybe it wasn't as bad, or is it?
We saw it though. How could it not be bad though? Right? I mean, you saw that thing snap. basically. I mean, not literally snap, but I mean, it was a
I think,
tough ankle.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's a fast healer.
Have you had a high ankle sprain?
No, they're usually lower.
Lower.
Yeah.
What about you, Tony?
Yeah, I want to say mine are normally lower.
Lower. Okay. But it just seems like every time everybody has one of those. So I couldn't believe that. I mean, I guess he's good to go, but just the way that he was like hopping
Definitely gonna be a
around.
pocket passer.
Yeah, pocket passer. But it
I don't
does.
know, dude. I
It
mean, he was
does.
still running the ball after he hurt his ankle.
He did, but he also like the way he fell and stuff. I mean, it was pretty
Yeah,
ridiculous. I've never
I
seen a
know.
quarterback have to do that.
Maybe he was, taking a few pages out of his brother's book and really selling it.
Oh, dude, they're bad.
They're so
No,
disgusting.
but they are bad. But I know at least you agree with me on this. Like the
Yeah.
fact that he takes it
Yeah.
out on Patrick Mahomes is ridiculous. It's not
Oh,
his fault.
yeah, yeah,
He has
yeah.
no control over it.
He's nothing
that's
like
ridiculous.
them. He's Jeter.
What did Patrick Mahomes, just him, don't talk about his family, Tony. What did he do to you?
You
that
should
makes
like
not
his
him?
father.
Yeah.
I
Father-
never said I didn't
No,
like
no,
him.
honestly,
Really?
yeah, that's a disgrace. That's a disgrace to your
You're a
manhood.
disgrace.
No, that's a disgrace to your manhood. Pat Mahomes was a quality relief pitcher
Oh,
in
yeah.
the late 90s, early 2000s. I don't want to hear it, okay?
Did I even talk about his father?
But I'm saying, why are you ripping on his son? Why are you ripping on his son?
I didn't really rip on his son. All
Why
I
don't
said.
you like him, though? I want to hear
never
it.
said-
I want to hear you.
When
Something,
did I
no.
say- When did I say I didn't like him?
I want to hear something negative about Patrick Mahomes himself, nothing to do with the family, why you don't like him. I want to hear it. Give me something.
I don't know. His commercials are shitty.
Oh,
about that?
okay. So his
Bad actor?
commercials. That
So
every
all right,
single
so
big-time
Bakers are
person-
good. So he
Yeah,
likes Baker.
Baker's
Baker's commercials are
I couldn't
awesome,
wait
dude.
for those to come on. I couldn't wait, Tony. I absolutely couldn't wait.
I mean, you asked me. I gave you an answer.
It's really it's disrespect, and I know Michael knows it.
I never said
I
that
love Patty.
I never said that I didn't dislike the man.
I hate his family. And I should say, hey, I dislike his family
I
a lot, but I
cer-
love Patty.
Yeah.
What about his father? What about his father?
I love his father too. I heard him on Anita Marks. He's a great guy.
Yeah, he is actually
When
a
Anita
great
didn't know
guy.
who she had on.
And Patrick Mahomes, has done everything right since he's been in the NFL, and he sat out that first year, really learned from Alex Smith.
First
It-
three, I thought.
No, just first year.
Oh.
First year. He started the finale actually of his rookie year because they had already clinched the playoffs. Alex Smith did actually a good job with the Chiefs before he got there. You kind of
Mhm.
forget about that. But
Great
yeah,
quarterback by him.
he's been a class citizen, and it's just like
A class
and then
citizen.
like we got people like Mad Dog talking about how he's chiefed out, and stuff, and it's like they won one Super Bowl. Like I don't understand. Like this isn't Brady winning 8 or whatever. He has 7, and that actually reminds me, and I hope that you're not talking about this in screen time because it's an embarrassment. 80 for Brady is the most embarrassing film.
Did you watch it?
No, but I
Oh.
just saw the preview. That's the most embarrassing film.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Yo,
so
how
stupid.
dumb is that?
So
Come
stupid.
on, like that's I think Gio is more funny.
Based
than
off a
that.
true story.
But you love true stories.
Tony. I can't think of. I mean, literally, give me Shameless over that. Honestly.
Oh God, don't start this again.
But come on, pretty embarrassing that film.
Yeah, no, the trailer looked horrific, dude.
I feel like they were bored and wanted to make a movie together.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah.
feel like Tom Brady was like, "Yo, I've been watching this dude Brian Barnaby on Sportsport, and all he does is trash talk me. I want to give him something he can really enjoy."
Oh my God, ridiculous. But I feel like though the people like you, Tony, the people like Mad Dog, Pooch even too. He does the same thing with the brother and Brittany and all that.
Because it's there. You can't not talk
and-
about it. It's there,
and you know what?
Brian.
It makes me more of a fan of him because it's completely ridiculous. He's the best quarterback I've ever seen. He's more talented than Tom Brady. I don't want to hear about the 7 rings. I'm just talking about pure talent. He can make
you're
any
striving
throw. He can make any throw.
to talk about anyone who's not Tom Brady. Honestly,
He can make any throw. Michael, he's more talented. I'm not saying he's a better
Way
winner.
more.
He's more talented.
better.
He's
He's
more arm
dude.
talent.
He's better. He's gonna end his career with 10 Super Bowls.
okay.
I mean, it's unbelievable, and I just the disrespect. It just really bothers me.
I
And
have nothing against him. I'm just rooting against him.
Yeah, because that makes sense.
Why don't you like him?
I don't not like
yes,
him.
Tony, you've said it 10
You
times.
just said
Yeah.
you're
What
rooting
did I
against him.
say? Yeah, I'm rooting against him. Doesn't mean I dislike the man.
I mean, I don't know how it wouldn't. I mean, if you liked him, you'd maybe like
Yeah,
root
you'd
for
root
him.
for
I don't
him.
know.
All right, who are they playing this weekend? The Chiefs.
He's gonna. Renee could tell me the answer to that.
The Bengals.
Exactly. So I'm rooting for the Bengals.
No. I feel like he had a lapse there. I feel like he forgot who they were playing.
Oh my
Honestly.
God,
Maybe.
dude, you're on something today. I think maybe that Barbara took a little bit too much off the top, man.
Oh my God! But honestly, I went into this week in a special. Stay strong. He's overrated.
Thank you, Jay.
Wow.
You don't get it.
No, but you
Brian.
know what
That's
I
the
do
thing.
think? The thing that bothers me,
You just
too,
don't get it.
and I get it. Like we all like to wager on the games occasionally, but I do think there's a lot of people that don't like him because the Chiefs don't cover, and it's like, bro, like we're not talking about covering. We're talking about a quarterback. I mean, it's absolutely insane. He wins games. I mean, I really, it's in the dominance he's had this season. 3 losses by a combined 10 points. They're literally like basically the best team in the league. And I know, certain teams like the Niners, the defense is strong or whatever, but it's unbelievable what they do year in and year out. And I just respect that. And I went into this week, especially with the Mahomes injury, the question mark, really like leaning Bengals, but now I feel like I'm changing my mind. I don't know are you still like strong Bengals, Tony, or does the video give you a little trepidation of the ankle?
I mean, I was never really strong Bengals to begin with. I think it's going to be a really tight, close game, but I still think the Bengals are going to win.
Yeah, I honestly went into it like kind of almost thinking like, wow, like it almost feels like the Chiefs have no shot because like I don't know what Mahomes is going to do, but now I feel like he could throw for 350 and 3 touchdowns. Honestly, like as long as he gets good protection, that's the whole key.
It'll be fine.
That's going to be epic. Obviously, we'll have our official picks tomorrow with Jay in studio. Jay, we're pumped for that.
I have a comment from Kevin Stackpole.
Kevin Stackpole, also known as Stacks, someone that I golf with regularly, Tony, during golf season. So we really appreciate Stacks tuning in. Big Devils fan. So
let's go.
Really?
Michael would be best friends with him. But we really appreciate him tuning in here. Bengals money line. I mean, listen, they've had their number. I get it. It's tough, especially with the injury, but it's just the Chiefs at home are tough to beat. And I think also the fact too that they ended the Chiefs season last year. They beat them this year.
Chiefs are hungry.
The Chiefs want revenge, Tony.
So are the Bengals, though. I'm not going to get it. I feel like go ahead, Tony.
They're not going to get revenge, dude.
But
see, they're not going to get revenge.
I think too, though. I don't know. I just think it's like it's one of those things you don't like. It just from a win or loss at the spread, but it's just like I don't know if it's smart to go against Patrick Mahomes. I really don't. Just because
historically,
he's won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but against Joe, though, I'm saying like
against Joe, but trends are representative of what's happened in the past, Tony.
Yeah, but they could also predict what happens in the future.
They could, but it doesn't mean they will. But yeah, so that's really going to be interesting. The other game, I mean, the Eagles and the 49ers, and we'll have a preview of this tomorrow. Not really much up in the air there. It seems like injuries aren't really going to play a factor. Which game do you think is going to be closer? Or do you think they're both like pretty much like
it's kind of hard to say, huh?
Yeah.
I guess maybe by default I would go Bengals Chiefs.
Yeah. But is it because you could see the potential, not that it's likely, but that Philly could potentially kind of give San Francisco a lot of trouble, Purdy, by far the best defense that he's had to play.
Yeah.
That would be the only thing I think holding them back because I mean the San Francisco team is ridiculous.
I know. And I still think the Niners, I mean, they're gonna have some solid defense too. They're gonna definitely give Hurts like a run for his money.
It could be a really low scoring game.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be interesting, but interested to see what we know Jay's picking the Bengals, but as far as his NFC pick, do you have any idea on that one?
I think he would go Eagles probably.
Yeah. Night to sleep on it though.
Yeah. And we don't know for sure if he's going to go Bengals. You never know.
But I feel like, too, he's one of those, like, anti-Mahomes. Maybe the videos have something to do with it as Eagles. He says Eagles. Okay.
Easy, he says.
Maybe the videos have something to do with it, but it could be the not covering.
You're really, like, coming after everyone who doesn't like Mahomes or is going against Mahomes, I should say, huh?
I don't know. I think sometimes with sports, we focus on stuff that's not right in front of us on the field. And it's just like, that's where we run into the trouble. No, it's Bengals versus Eagles in the Super Bowl. But all of that being said, I know, it seems like I'm a Mahomes apologist.
It really does, dude.
I think the Bengals are unbelievable.
I think you're going to be in the press box with his wife and the brother screaming your head off and everything.
Joe Burrow.
Do you need water?
Then lose your coffee.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow, though, is unbelievable. And that's who we need at quarterback. And the shame part is we're not getting him.
He might be leaving though.
What, the Bengals?
No,
Yeah,
he's
I'm just
not.
joking.
Yeah, I was
He's-
saying,
he's a career
he
Bengal.
wants to be a Bengal for life, dude.
But I have to, and it's really a conversation that you didn't think we'd have, but it's like he might be the best quarterback in the league. You know what I mean? It's like I feel like he was kind of slept on, especially with the cold start that they had this year.
Oh, this year too. Yeah, definitely.
But their team is loaded. And like I always mentioned, the defense is really underrated, and like they don't focus on the running game. But Joe Mixon, I mean, he had 5 touchdowns in a game this year. He's still really talented. So this is going to be epic. I just know the Chiefs are going to give them their best game. It's going to be interesting. I'm not even saying that I'm necessarily going to pick the Chiefs. Like I said, all weeks have been Bengals, but I do feel a little more confident in Mahomes. So we'll see what happens. But what do you guys think, though? And I know we've kind of talked about this a little bit, but with a lot of steam, Aaron Rodgers to the Jets.
For the Jets, I
mean,
know,
is it
dude.
happening, Michael? Honestly,
Listen, I'll tell you this right now. I'd love that because then it'd be perfect for Zach Attack.
well,
I know you're sick of Zach Attack.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
telling you, he needs
potentially
an Aaron Rodgers. That's his boy. That's who he's always looked up to.
And I just think there's something because we know he can be.
If he wins a Super Bowl with the Jets, he's elevated to those Montana, all those tiers. Brady,
better than Brett Favre.
well, he's been better than.
He's
Brett
been
Favre.
better.
Been better.
But actually, I'm
Been
glad
bred.
you said that because I was going to say I think that's what draws him and motivates him to the Jets because he's very egotistical. We all know that, and it's just like he knows the Jets the way they haven't had a quarterback since Joe Namath. I mean, 1969. I mean, that's ridiculous. That if he goes there, especially first year, and wins a Super Bowl, I mean, how could you have a better addition to your legacy when you're going to be 40 years old than that? I just think that's I think he's up for the task. He'll be motivated. He can go in there and know he commands respect and will be a leader. Do you think it would work, Tony?
No.
Really?
I think
Why?
he's a fucking loser.
Here we
Yeah, he doesn't like him either.
Here we go again with the off the field personality. But just
I think he would honestly though get like torn up by New York media, and he wouldn't be able to handle it.
but that's I don't know. I think it's all an act though.
I don't think it is an act, dude. He's a
Speaking of-
snowflake, dude.
Speaking of an act, though, did you hear Brady on his show?
You
with
can't
Jim
let
Gray?
Brady go.
No, I'm just
Dude.
saying, like he asked him something about if he has any idea of what he's gonna do next year, and he like cursed out Jim Gray, and it's like, yeah, no, he has a weekly spot with him, but that was organic. He was definitely saying like, I'll know when I fucking know. That's literally what he said. It's like, yeah, no, he was definitely saying that organically.
One day ago, strange overreaction. Let's see if we can get a video.
He also
of it,
was seen
dude.
in Miami looking for schools.
Looking for schools, but then also Giselle, a jiu-jitsu. I know I didn't say it right, but
Jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu
Jiu-jitsu.
instructor in Costa Rica. I guess they've been getting quite friendly. Gio reporting that. So the only thing is, he was going on and on about how that means Brady's going to play next year. It's just like he's just got to shut up. But it wasn't organic, Tony. I'm sorry, it wasn't. Absolutely wasn't.
I don't want. Okay, here we go. Is this it? Tom Brady pissed. TMZ Sports, absolutely love it, dude. Damn it.
Yeah, if I knew what I was doing, I would have already done it.
That's what he said?
Yeah.
Or if I knew what I was fucking doing, I would have already fucking done it. Let's see if we can get.
Yeah, no. He was being serious.
It sounds like they were laughing in the background, dude.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, everybody's an actor these days, and I'm sick of it. I swear to God, I have no patience for any of this BS anymore. I really so done with all the acting. There's more acting than organicness in the world, and that's the problem.
Patty Mahomes?
What is he acting about, Tony? Michael?
That he's acting that he loves his wife?
I mean, that's one thing where it's like, listen.
Yeah, I know.
We all get that one. But sometimes, middle school, high school lovers, sometimes it's tough to branch out despite, realizing that the grass may be greener.
Oh man, dude.
No, but right or no?
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from, but I mean, at some point or another, I mean, if you're Patrick Mahomes, you gotta like sit down and talk. I mean,
well, he probably doesn't want to lose like a fortune in the divorce. Already had some kids, so I'm sure I wouldn't be surprised if eventually, I know Michael knows this. Within 5 years, there's going to be an agreement there. Like,
really?
He's free to do what he wants. He'll help raise the kids. She can go do whatever, but there's going to be no divorce. 100%.
All right, well then maybe I'll start liking him when he does that.
I mean,
when he really puts his foot
all
down.
Right. I mean, at least you're giving him a chance.
He's true to himself.
I just
you don't like that he stuck true to his high school sweetheart, Tony.
Yeah, there's no devotion, no dedication there.
Well, no, I mean that's
Commitment.
fine, but if she was like a cool, mature adult, like that would be. I would be like, oh wow,
I know we're
great,
just horsing around right now, but in all seriousness, what would you guys say?
Horsing around?
Yeah, come on, this isn't a serious conversation. But in all seriousness, I want like an accurate. If you guys had to give your best guess of percentage that he's actually happy in this situation.
I mean, if he actually is happy, there's something wrong with him. So I would say. But I don't know, dude. In the situation with his wife,
yeah.
Oh, dude, maybe like the 38%.
Michael,
I can see in I don't know 50%.
I'm gonna actually.
If I think that this is an irrelevant question and topic of talking, then you have to believe that this is the stupidest conversation ever. Like who? Like what? Like who cares?
Well,
this is a sports show, not a marital status show.
Well, the thing is, apparently Tony cares because we wouldn't even have been talking about this if he didn't mention it. So there you go.
Yeah, no, probably not, I guess. But
Yeah.
I mean, hey,
So
I think
I've always been one that separates that. I can just see the field. I don't need to see off the field. That's all.
Right. That's why you're gonna get Aaron Rodgers on the Jets, and you're gonna have a horrific year.
But Tony, it's just. I think you can understand with Aaron Rodgers for the Jets. I agree with you. He's a complete asshole. Like I'll be the first one to say it. But at the same time, it's desperate times.
I understand that, and I understand his numbers
weren't good last year for his standards.
No, they weren't phenomenal, but I mean for Jet standards,
that's the best season they've ever had, literally in franchise history.
I heard all the stats and shit, but I mean, I just think him coming to New York is just different than Green Bay, dude. I mean, I feel like even when of course, everyone's talking about how Brett Favre did the same thing in his career too. Went from Green Bay to New York. He didn't really have a great time in New York, dude. The fans didn't really like him. He didn't really even enjoy that much being in New York.
And then he was tanking, and then table,
right, he was tanking, and they went to Minnesota. He ended his career in Minnesota. Like his time in New York was not great, dude.
But his time has nothing to do with Rodgers' time, and this roster is so much more talented than that roster.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I just think Rodgers is gonna probably bite off a little bit more than he can chew. Honestly,
and also, I guess people, and you did, I'm sure you saw this, but it's like he was very complimentary of the whole Jets team after they beat them in the regular season, talking about how he thinks Zach has potential, thinking about how much young talent's on the team. So people are trying to connect the dots. He said he's open to playing somewhere else. And I just think as far as the Packers are concerned, especially after that last season, the fact that you could get, at least one first-round pick, probably two, for him when he's going to be 40. I don't know how you don't do it. I guess if they could work out the cap part, I don't know about that. And I'm just curious too. What do you think, Tony? Because I'm just, it's obviously it's not to the level of wanting it with the Yankees as far as the championship, but in terms of giving us our best shot, and I know come on, we're not going to draft a rookie and win it next year. And even if we do draft a talented rookie, it's going to take a couple years. Who is the best guy to get? Is it Brady?
I don't know. Define best guy. You're looking for
best results next season
to win next year, basically, is what you're saying.
Because we could draft it, you know what I mean? We could have another option for the future.
Obviously, I don't know. It's not Derek Carr. I know people were talking about Derek Carr. It's definitely not him.
G, man.
Jimmy G. Again, probably your best bet, on paper statistically, is probably going to be, I guess maybe it'd be Tom Brady.
Yeah, but are you concerned that he doesn't have it in him though anymore?
I think he has more of it in him than Aaron Rodgers would, honestly.
And you think a lot of it was he's a guy who needs to go through his progression. So the constant pressure that he faced last year with Tampa, is is kind of what resulted in having a losing season for the first time in his career?
Oh yeah. I mean, there was a lot of things wrong with Tampa, not just Tom Brady not really
Obviously, Todd
performing
Bowles.
well. Right. So I mean, I think going to New York, I think he's someone who can handle the media really well. I think he's someone who can play well. He seems to jive pretty well with youthful players as well. I feel like sometimes Aaron Rodgers is someone who might get frustrated at youthful players.
Right.
We've seen in the past. So I would say Tom Brady's your best bet.
Michael, would you root for him if we did end up getting him?
Who, Tom?
Yeah. It would be a weird feeling though, right? Like
I don't
muscle
know.
memory. It's almost like Tony with Mahomes. Like
I don't know. I don't know, man.
I mean, if Mahomes was on my team that I followed, I would root for my team because I'm a fan of my team. So,
But how would you deal with the other stuff?
What other stuff? Oh, you mean the wife and the brother we can't talk about?
He's on your team. Like,
I'd be livid. Absolutely livid.
yeah, so it would be tough. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I'm just so interested. It's just the Jets haven't done this literally since Brett Favre. And think about how long ago that was. Like to go to veteran route. It's always been drafting for the last like 15, 20 years, drafting and missing miserably. Do you think they're going to be okay at head coach? Like they're going to bring in the best offensive coordinator they can. Let's assume that.
Right.
But Saleh, I mean, do you think with everything else going right that they can get by with him to have a chance to win a Super Bowl and obviously get to the playoffs in the first step?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I think he's a great motivator.
Yeah, he's got a good attitude. I think he
just needs help on the offensive side. He doesn't know anything.
He really doesn't know anything offensive. It's a shame.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting, but I can't wait for the games. Can't wait for tomorrow. Definitely going to be fun having Jay in here.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm pumped.
But that being said, Tony, let's finally go to the world of the National Hockey League.
Here's Matthews. Scores! Hat-trick goal!
My goodness, this is a great shot.
Big hit on the far side by McCarr. He flattens Jordan's skull. Oh my goodness.
Gets the gun right back. Terrifying and robbed by Shesterkin. That's brilliant from Igor Shesterkin.
It's a breakaway to win it in overtime. McDavid scores the winner in overtime.
Man. Yeah, so last night, I mean, let's just be real. Couldn't have been more disappointing just because of the opportunity that the Rangers had. And I know, they fell behind early, 1-0 after the first period, but they put up 2 in the second to make it 2-1, cruising through the third period there. And I just want to see the exact amount of time left, but the Maple Leafs do end up with the equalizer with almost 4 minutes left in the third period. They were right there. Lindgren with his 4th goal of the season. And then I swear to God, Tony, it was almost like an Eddie Mush type of situation. But the fact that literally 19 seconds into overtime, of all people, it's Mitch Marner, a guy that you've hyped up very much, winning it for the Maple Leafs. So they win this one 3-2. I mean, just so tough to take, we're right there. And obviously it was nice that both of the goals were by Philip Hedl. He's really stepped up, I think, this year when, Ryan Mead, who covers the Rangers, on Twitter, was talking a lot about, how going into the year, it was likely, with the Trocheck signing that Hedl would be out the door, ways performing, no way to trade him. And obviously I agree. Jay saying the Rangers had a tough loss, but that goal off the face-off was clean, which is true. And then
Hedl's goal was sick.
But I
haven't
forgot
seen that in a while.
I forgot who it was, Tony. But did you see right before overtime the Maple Leaf shot? Like it couldn't have been placed any perfectly that it was gonna hit the crossbar. I mean, that was a dart.
I know.
Who shot that? Do you remember?
No, I don't.
That was insane. I thought for sure that was going in. Also, Stack says Jack Hughes MVP. You've always been kind of high on Hughes.
Yeah, I have been. Again, I mean, someone who kind of, we've seen him kind of develop in the league. And I don't know, for me, I always kind of thought that the Devils would at some point be the level that they're at, we were saying it last year when they were absolutely struggling to get through the regular season. That just needs some time to kind of develop. And Jack Hughes is probably one of their players that have developed the most. And I'm not sure if he is the point leader on the team still. I think he probably has got to be.
Jesper Bratt has to be up there, I would imagine.
Yeah. But But yeah, I mean, he's someone who definitely has been incredibly improved, and is because of that, the Devils as a whole team has been kind of propelled, to the upper echelon of the standings. So
I
MVP though, I don't know, dude.
No, obviously he's overstepping there, but you would have been riled though. So he was on the golf trip. You remember when I was in Naples? And during that time, like I literally must have said it like 7 or 8 times. Like that was when they literally they had the best record in the whole league.
Yeah.
I was like, listen, man, like they're having a great year, but they're not going to win 70 games. Like they're going to go through a tough stretch. And I get it because, we would probably say the same thing about the Yankees.
Eddie Mush.
But I was literally like, there's going to be a tough stretch. And he was literally like, just didn't want to hear it. He said, no way possible. Rangers, I mean, not Rangers, but Devils, Stanley Cup, all of this. And then been a little bit of a tough stretch, but they kind of have righted it now.
Yeah.
And we've talked about it too. I mean, it would really be great to get a series with them in the playoffs. So many moving pieces. So it'll be interesting to see. And they could be a team too that looks to add for the trade deadline. We talk about the Rangers making some acquisitions. So definitely something, interesting to keep in mind. He's a huge fan though. I think he went to the home opener. Probably has been, I would imagine, 3 or 4 games already this season. So just showing how far behind we are.
That's awesome.
On that aspect.
Yeah,
I'm dying. And I know, obviously, this game, it hurts a little bit. But at the same time, I'm so pumped about this season. But the one thing I would say, though, is it just gives me concern that, like, I do have confidence in the Rangers against, most of the Eastern Conference. But it's just that top tier, especially on the road. And I know we've talked about this, but this game specifically just makes me think of just that they need help on the offensive end. They need like a clutch guy to step up. And this was a game, where you needed it. Those couple minutes going into the overtime period, you needed somebody who could just get you a goal. And that's what cost them here. I mean, what do you take away from this loss here?
I mean, I don't know. I think defensively we could have done a better job. Tavares had like 8 shots on goal last night. You got to try and limit him. Limit his opportunities. Honestly, even Austin Matthews, Mitch Martin, each had 4 shots respectively. I don't know, dude. You gotta like limit the amount of opportunities that you're giving the Maple Leafs. You're giving them really good, clean looks at Shesterkin. I know they tried to play physical. I think they had almost 30 hits in the game, which is a good way to slow down a speedy team, of course. And I know that the Maple Leafs have a lot of talent to try and keep at bay. But Tavares has been on fire. I know, he had an assist last night. And I would say that other than the overtime winner by Marner, you had, Maple Leafs goals were coming from some no names, or at least not the usual suspects. And, you made it to overtime. Overtime against Maple Leafs would be really tough, the 3-on-3. It sucks that you were barely even able to touch the puck in overtime, because we've seen what the Rangers could do, with time and space. We have a great overtime unit, I think, with Trocheck, Panarin, and Zibanejad. They have a really good job. Jameer Day says
Shoe?
No idea who he is.
Marner
beating 3 Rangers defenders, and the goalie in OT was brutal. The defense was sleeping. I mean, again, it's 3-on-3 hockey is so tough for any player, because to make a decision, I understand the professional players, but to make a decision, at that point with so much space in such a little time, it is tough. And Marner's an incredibly talented kid. Playing the game. It is a really tough loss to have. I would say maybe some good takeaways was that, I think other than giving up that first shot, that first goal in the first period, I mean, you kind of, I think you certainly won the first period. I think you won the second period. You were out shooting the Maple Leafs here. I think total was pretty close at that point. They ended up out shooting you 35-29. So obviously that third period rush, you did a good job in winning faceoffs. There was 50-50. But I mean, you got to try and limit their opportunities. I mean, 35 shots on goal for the Maple Leafs is too much. This is a game that you should have won 2-1,
Yeah, I mean, you were right there.
Yeah.
And it's tough, Tony, because I know the talent's there. Like I said, I think Shesterkin is so important. Not to mention just the depth of the team. But we had two litmus tests, back to back, Bruins and Maple Leafs. It's just that's the thing that just concerns me because we hold them to a higher standard. It's not just about getting a 4 seed, maybe winning in the first round. It's like we want them at the minimum. After being so close last year, to make it to the Stanley Cup. And I guess it's tough for me. It's like, what is that going to take? Like, do you feel like you have a clear vision of what that looks like and what needs to change in order to do that?
Good question. I mean, honestly, for me at this point, I don't know. I mean, it's tough to maybe pinpoint one thing.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to think like defensively, we kind of need someone,
And now is this like, do you think it's important that like picking up a defender that he has some offensive skills, or you're just talking strictly for the defensive aspect? Whatever he does in offense is just a bonus.
Yeah, I would say that honestly. I feel like we don't really have any true defensemen. I mean, our closest one is probably Trouba.
Right.
But he's not a good defenseman, really.
Like it stinks too, because like, do you think like we wouldn't even be able to trade him, or if we were able to trade him, it would be for literally nothing because of the salary?
Yeah, it wouldn't be for a lot, I don't think.
Why the high salary though? Did he have like previous years where he was like really
2 years
strong?
ago? Yeah, he was really good. He
What
was
is
a
it?
true defenseman.
Like
2
just
years
the
ago.
lack of physicality compared to that to now compared to then, or
I mean, I don't know. It's tough because
wait, look at the comment though. You're gonna lose it. I didn't even tell him to say it.
Yeah, okay.
I
dude.
swear to God,
You're acting. You're acting.
No.
You're acting.
Stacks,
bro.
just tell him we did not even talk about this because I maybe he's heard me talk about him on the show, but I'm
He
obsessed
must
with
have,
Carlson. Used to score 20 goals a season, really struggled this year. Resurgent season. We looked it up, high salary. So if we could trade Trouba for him, maybe we could work something out. But you were saying, is it the phicality, the difference?
Yeah, there's a little bit of lack of. I mean, you've seen an uptick in his physicality.
That's all
before.
me, LOL.
But I didn't get it yet.
It's coming.
But he's trying to be more physical, but you see him like miss body checks and shit, and he blows defensive assignments. Sad to say, it's all me. I still don't believe it, dude.
This is one of those I know deep down you do.
Nah.
Nah.
But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I think for San Jose to get rid of Carlson, I mean, they're gonna want probably a hefty load for him.
You don't think any Trouba now?
I mean, if Trouba's part of the package, sure, but they're gonna want more than just Trouba, dude.
Laffy, Hedel, like it just would be
an
awful deal. That's the thing. We besides Trouba, I mean, there's not really anybody. Like, I guess sure we'll part with Lafreniere because, like, listen, he's been a boss so far. Maybe he can be good, but there's not many guys we want to trade.
You can move Lafreniere. You can probably move Sammy Blaze too.
But are those who has more value there? Lafreniere,
probably
the pedigree.
Yeah,
age.
And Sammy Blaze is a young player. He had a lot of talent, but he had a really poor injury. I forget against what team, but he tore his ACL last season, and he really hasn't been the same since, unfortunately. But he was someone that was kind of, it looked like he could be a good like second, third line guy. But I don't know. I mean, you can get rid of him. I mean, you can. Other than that, though, it's kind of tough.
Yeah,
like those three guys. Yeah.
Any part of you, I know we're talking defense here, but any part of you want Jágr just to give him a shot, or you don't think he even wants to come?
I don't know, man. I mean, I'd rather have Ryan Reeves back, I think.
Yeah, we knew that when they I get it, he wasn't like a big, stat column guy, but the grit, I mean, right? I mean, that's kind
of the grit was there, the physicality was there.
Prefer is back. It's a delay, so Tony doesn't see it.
No, it's in there. Dude.
Oh, okay,
that's crazy.
You're in shock. You're in shock.
I am in shock. But first says I want the Rangers to get Bo Horvat. Vancouver
Stacks
Canucks.
is saying that they want Zibanejad. That's not even a conversation. If we give,
that'd be ridiculous.
We're losing every game the rest of the year if we trade him.
Well, I don't know about that.
But prefer if you could comment where you been.
Bo Horvat. We've talked about him actually. I forget with who.
Remember the guy who I think he was a Lightning fan. I forgot what the name of the commenter was.
Yeah. It was some guy who was kind of a one and done episode. I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know where you were going there. But mean,
again, Bo Horvat is another guy who you're gonna probably
I still
have to
listen
give up a
but never
haul to.
comment.
That's okay, but for I understand, the people here could be kind of rude and mean and really gang up on someone, but that's okay.
I just want to say, like, of all of us here, I mean, to some degree, we all miss you, but I think nobody more than Michael, honestly.
My mother was asking about him. Oh, sorry, your mic wasn't on.
Yeah. I'm surprised.
Absolutely.
I'm surprised. Jay says prefer. We missed you, bud.
Oh, Jay probably especially, dude.
Yeah. Because did they have a lot of interaction on screen time or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But no, it's interesting. I think about Refer often. Oh man, but it's interesting with Horvath, Tony, because we talk about being reluctant to give up. But would he almost be a guy that it would be worth it to give up some guys that you wouldn't necessarily want to give up?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, again, Hedo would probably land on that market.
Maybe
for
Foxy
me.
or no?
No, absolutely not.
Heart and soul.
Adam Fox, yeah, he's our best defenseman.
But you said he's not a true defender.
He's not a true defenseman in the sense where it's all he does is just play defense.
I almost think it's funny though, because I almost feel like his offense is better because he's so high with the assists.
No, exactly. Like he works. He's not a true. He's a great defender, but he's not like what a true defenseman is. I think that's what we need. We're missing like a Dan Girardi or a Mark Stahl.
Kessel, or that's ridiculous.
Who?
Phil Kessel.
Oh, Phil Kessel.
Like not even as a main piece, but do you think just I don't know to fill the Reeves role and probably
no, absolutely not.
Past his prime.
Yeah. Way past it, like 5 years.
Give me somebody, Tony. You gotta have someone that comes to mind for this.
Defender wise,
to pick up, yeah.
I'm trying to think of the defender on St. Louis.
He was part of the Stanley Cup winning team.
Yeah. I'm trying to see. I know Pietrangelo was on Vegas, I think. Let's see where Pietrangelo is. Alex Pietrangelo. No, he's still on St. Louis.
Oh, he is. Okay.
No, I thought he was on Vegas, dude. Yeah, he is on Vegas. Okay, I thought so. Probably no shot we're getting him. Let's look at St. Louis roster here. All right, so forwards, no. Defense. Justin Falk is all right. He's
on St. Louis or no?
He's on St.
Any
Louis.
relation to Kevin
Falk? I don't think so.
You were a big Kevin Falk guy?
Decent.
For a Patriot, I did respect him though.
Yeah, exactly.
Like one of those guys worked hard, didn't go to the big school.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Colton Parayko is who I'm thinking of.
Barnes almost looked at me like I was a traitor.
Parayko.
What's his deal?
Like what's his deal with St. Louis?
Like in just how old is he? Like what has
he's
he been there his whole career?
29, 30 now at this point, probably.
Okay.
But he's been with with St. Louis, I believe, his entire career.
Okay.
Let's see. Hockey Reference. Gotta love it, dude. Drafted by St. Louis, 3rd round, 2012. He is 29 years old. Current salary is $7.25 million a year. He did win the cup with St. Louis, and yeah, he's been there since 2015.
Okay, so
right
now, just give it your best guess, Tony, to acquire him. What do you think we're talking? Because Blues, I mean, I'm sure they would trade some guys. I mean, they're not having a good year. I think they're under 500.
Honestly, I think we can get away with like Trouba and Lafreniere. Maybe even less than that, to be honest.
It's interesting. I'm just concerned that giving somebody Trouba, because $8 million is a ton in the NHL. That that we're gonna have to give him more just to unload that salary because it's just such a hit.
I know, but when you think about it, I mean, he has a decent sized salary as well.
What do you know?
7.2 million.
Oh, so it almost matches up. Okay.
Yeah.
So then if we had to throw in draft picks and stuff, so maybe that's the answer. So you think offensively though we're good? Like that if we just do that, like we're good.
Yeah. I think so. Again, I think if we just have a bigger true defenseman, this guy's 6'6", he can bring physicality to the game. He can shut players down. He's got a good poke check here. He's someone who actually I've had on my fantasy team too in prior years. I don't know. I like him, and I think at this point, yeah, offense. I mean, you know, Trocheck's been doing great. We've seen Kako, you know, he had a nice assist last night. The kid line did look nice, honestly, with Hedel and Lafreniere, but again, with Hedel coming up a little bit, Kako kind of, you know, expanding his offense. I think we're good offensively, honestly.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting, and I know he's having a good year, but part of me wishes like we could almost trade Trocheck because I just feel like down the road I could see that contract like prohibiting us because I mean he's making almost $7 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know, just to get rid of him, because I think his value is like pretty high now, no?
Yeah, he's having a great year for us.
But so if it was for somebody like in a Horvath package, for instance, then you'd be okay with it.
Horvat, I believe, is a wing, right?
Yeah.
So no, he's a center. Okay, I guess maybe.
Because yeah, you know, you get a younger player. I think a more talented player. Doesn't he have like over 20 goals this year?
Yeah.
How many does Trocheck have? Like 13?
17.
He has 17.
He's got 31 goals, 19 assists.
No, that's really finding the back of the net.
Yeah.
Also, I guess Stacks is a NHL insider. He says Devs and Rangers both going after Timo Meyer, a guy that you know we've discussed before.
Oh yeah,
obviously on San Jose, a teammate of Erik Karlsson's as well. And we had talked about a while ago it would be nice to get both of them, but with the salaries, it would just never work out. But 13 goals, 19 assists, -9 on the ice though.
He's on the ice a lot.
Yeah,
it sucks.
So you're amendable, or what do we think?
Am I amendable
to moving him in a Horvath deal as part of the package?
Yeah, if we get Bo Horvat, yeah. I mean, that's a good replacement for Vincent Trocheck.
Yeah, that's the type of guy, though. You know what I mean? I just want the big, bold move because I just think it almost reminds me of the Jets, except the Rangers like are even further ahead in that progression where, you know, you're just a piece or two from being a serious contender. And it's like you've come this far, like you got to just go for it.
I know. And I wonder where Vancouver's going to kind of pivot with their new coach and everything like that. When you think about Bo is at 31 goals here. I mean, he's his best year has had. Yeah, it's gonna be his career high
too. You know.
Yeah.
Because you never know. You know that might be it for your career high. But yeah, it's interesting. You know, we'll definitely see what they can do. But yeah, all in all, you know, it is tough. But you know, you just got to move forward, you know, with this loss here and just keep doing what you've been doing for the most part. You know, it's been positive things, and they'll return to the ice Friday against the Golden Knights, who have been struggling despite a 29-17 record. Timo having a great year, only 26 years old too. So that's very young. That's interesting as well. And he's a wing or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you know, just I think you could at least acknowledge it. I mean, it's something to consider.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I mean, you look at his career, though. I think it's been, I guess this was a COVID year, right? 2020, 2021. Last year, 35 goals, 41 assists. Right now, he's got 28 and 40. So he's having, I mean, I think he's kind of, really kind of highlighting himself. I wonder what his contract is like. I know I looked at his salary was only $700,000. So he's probably on some type of,
you said 26 though, and he's been in the league. How is he still on a rookie deal?
Yeah, I don't know. $700,000 in 2019. Oh, current salary $10 million. Cap hit $6 million. That's so weird. I guess maybe whatever that. ESPN doesn't know shit, dude.
Yeah, I hate when they show salaries and it's not updated.
Ooh, nice. 4 career hat tricks for Timo Meyer. We've seen a couple on our own.
5-goal game this year.
Yeah.
Or last year.
Last year.
I was thinking of Tage.
Where the hell is his contract? Possession metrics, miscellaneous.
If you just Google it, it'll come up on Spot Track.
You think so?
Yeah.
At Friendly, dude. This is a website we've been at before.
Okay, so it looks like $6 million.
Yeah, cap hit $6 million. So it was $10 million, and his cap hit $6 million for the 2022-23 season. 26-year-old
go
left
down.
winger. Got that, dude.
So I guess he's gonna be a free agent. Yeah, he's
Looks
gonna
like
be a
it,
free
dude.
agent. So
if they trade him, because obviously San Jose, if they're smart, they would look to trade him
yeah,
first.
'cause he's not gonna resign there.
He's definitely not going to
Maybe we
resign
can
there.
sign to an extension, give him Trouba.
Yeah.
So that's interesting stuff for sure. So we'll have to see. I'm sure as we get closer to the deadline here.
Oh yeah.
We'll hear more about some trades, and I think actually, the game Friday is the last one before the All-Star break. That kind of flew by. I know we always talk NFL. So that's kind of interesting. But that being said, decent slate tonight. We'll go 3 picks a piece. Almost a little bigger slate than I imagined for a Thursday. But that being said, Tony, what do you got for us? And by the way, last night a little tough for both of us with the picks. Small slate, but between both of us, we only had one correct pick, and that was every time I gotta just do a new doc because it's like we're into like 25 pages of picks here.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, this is kind of crazy. All right, yeah. So I had the Hurricanes who won in overtime over the Stars,
Right.
but 22-16. What do you got for me?
Oh man, I mean, we're talking about the Devils. Give me the Devils here on the road, -130. New Jersey here against
Love it.
Nashville.
Stacks
Jack
his rods.
Hughes, he should be hyped. Sorry, what? Say it again.
You like the Devils after you started playing with them?
I've been kind of hot on the Devils all season, I feel, but yeah, I mean, they gave me a big victory on the gaming corner on Monday, dude. It was pretty solid. But anyway, Jack Hughes, leading the team, 60 points, 30 goals, 30 assists. Talk about a pretty well-rounded offensive player. We know the Predators and Saros with the 67 save night or whatever. But the Devils are going to be too quick for them, I think, in general. So give me the Devils here. I don't know, 4-2.
Quick call out.
4-2. What do you got?
Greeny, I saw you liked his post about Aaron Rodgers. So I'm glad you did, though, because it brought me. Renee was in the car and he was ragging on Twitter.
Yep.
Asking every one of his fucking producers, how much worse is Twitter since Elon Musk took over? How much worse is Twitter since Elon Musk took over? Really? Everybody's like stroking him, agreeing with him, right?
Yeah.
Why the hell are you on Twitter, bud?
Yeah.
So I just tweeted at him. Literally, call out.
I mean, he definitely
gotta call people out.
Yeah. No,
get off Twitter if it's so bad.
We talk about accountability. So interesting. Though.
What a chief.
Yeah.
I used to like him until that. Like I was like, dang, dude.
Yeah.
Why? Well, like Twitter's way better. Are people shot?
Yeah. Because of like
they're just
the
so political.
Sensory
like,
that it used to be before. Yeah, that was insane. But yeah. So you're gonna go Devils, Tony.
Let's do it, dude. Yeah. What do you got? First game.
I'm writing the hot hands. What do you think I'm gonna say? I want you to tell me.
Well, based on the riding the hot hand here,
I don't think you're gonna get what I'm gonna say.
I don't know, man. I mean, you wouldn't go Bruins, Penguins?
No, I'm gonna take the Buffalo Sabres. We are back. I doubted them for a little bit. You're kind of in Mahomes territory with them at this point, even though we had a nice conversation talking about going to Buffalo. You've already, declared them out. They've been eliminated from playoff contention,
dude.
But they're in Winnipeg, and I just like the way they're playing. They have a lot of guys that can score. It's not just Thompson. They got a couple guys with 20 goals. So I've been impressed. Kukakinen or whatever his name is has done a good job in goal. So as a heavy dog here, Winnipeg -190. Give me the Sabres to continue that offensive onslaught. I'm going to say 5-2. And I think we're going to get another 2 goals for Thompson to get up to 35 goals. He's unbelievable. Really impressed with what he's done this season.
He's unbelievable. All right. So my next game here, Brian's riding the hot hand. I'm going to ride the hot hand of my own, dude.
Till it hurts?
We're going to ride him till it hurts too much, dude. So pissed we lost that soundbite.
Yeah, that was a good bite.
Yeah, I know you liked it, dude. Actually, ESPN Hoop. Whoa.
Take the Bruins, dude.
Dude, it's a tough game, man. It's not a surefire win. You never know, dude.
Flames. -420.
That's crazy.
Colorado.
Dude.
I mean, they've been on a hot streak. You never
feel
know.
Like, honestly, Flames, Blackhawks, trap game.
You don't think Avalanche more of a trap game?
No, I don't.
Interesting.
I'll put my money where the mouth is. Give me the Blackhawks tonight. The huge dog. Jay, if you're still watching, bet Blackhawks right now. Max Domi, anytime goal.
I mean, Domi anytime goal I think is nice, but
Yeah.
chill with the Blackhawks money line.
Yeah, but that's what you would have said yesterday for the Blue Jackets against the Oilers.
I think it's different.
Oh my God, Brian, lying through your teeth, dude.
But at least can you give me that?
Give me the Blackhawks
plus 1.5
regulation.
You want Jay
dude.
to cash?
Fine, take the plus 1.5.
There we
Take the
go.
money line too, dude.
Yeah.
Take
Sprinkle
both.
a little on that.
Yeah. Give me Blackhawks. I'm gonna say they beat the Flames 2-0.
2-0,
dude.
We've talked about litmus tests. Here we go. I really botched that word.
Litmus tests.
Yeah, I don't know why I said tests. All right, litmus
okay,
tests. I think the Lightning are going to pass one at home against the Bruins, Tony.
They're going to pass one?
They're going to pass the test.
Oh, they're going to pass the test.
Okay. So I'm going to take the Lightning. I just think, they're just so strong at home. And I think the Bruins, listen, they're going to obviously finish with the best record in the league, but some teams are going to start picking them off. Toronto is another perfect example. Even Carolina, I could see beating them when they play. So give me the Lightning. I think this is going to be a classic game, though. Definitely a fun one to watch. I definitely want to tune into it. But I'm going to say 3-2 in overtime. Steven Stamkos, game winner. 20 seconds left on the game clock.
Absolutely love it, dude. Okay, we're doing how many apiece? 3?
Yeah.
So this is the last one?
Yeah.
Far as Wild, Bruins, Lightning. You just took that one.
Take the Capitals.
Reds, Canadiens,
Ovechkin.
Penguins, Caps. If I had to choose, I probably would pick the Penguins in that game on the road, dude. But I'm gonna go with the Blues, dude. We just started talking about them too. Colton Parayko, Kyrou, of course, we know about Tarasenko as well. They honestly, I've been always pretty warm to the Blues. It does suck that they kind of had, a significant fall from grace after their cup winning season. But I think, dude, against the Coyotes, who Brian absolutely loves.
My love has faded a little bit.
It's faded a lot.
I mean, it's disappointing though.
It is, dude.
They shouldn't be 15-28,
but they are.
Mr. Melke, is he overrated? In our eyes,
I just think the team sucks. Everyone on the team sucks.
So
besides
can he still be the
Keller.
Patrick Waugh we want him to be in the right situation?
I think he could still be. Yeah.
Okay.
I actually haven't seen his numbers in a while, though, Brian.
I know you were going to say Marty. I just saw it, Michael. Right? You were going to say it? Tony likes muting you.
Well, because I don't want they talk. You're talking over that.
Wait, make that point again, Michael.
Yeah, what were you saying?
You guys wish it could be Marty.
Is it? They don't even fucking. Oh, here he is.
12-7, but 3-2-9. Oh, I don't know.
3-2-9 goals against. That's kind of tough, dude. 904 save percentage. I mean, the man's probably facing lots of shots. Let's see, dude. Reg Melka here. Career goals against, saves. He's making shot attempts. I mean, geez, dude. So far, there's almost 1,200 shot attempts against him. Honestly, not sure where that really compares in the league, but seems like a lot, Brian.
So you're gonna give him a pass?
No, I'm gonna give him he's gonna get torched tonight by the Blues.
What's the score?
5-2.
Speaking of
torched.
I think Avalanche over the Ducks. I want to say, Avalanche is home. I'm going to say whether it's Francois, whether it's Gorgie, I'm going to say 5-0 shutout over the Ducks, vying for that first pick. And maybe, I don't know, I'm not familiar with them, but maybe Zegras could be a trade candidate. 17 goals, 24 assists. Somebody could use that.
Zegras.
Right or no?
Yeah, he might be. Again, young player for the Ducks, rather. They may want to keep him. Trevor Zegras.
21 years old. Bedford, New York. That's right by Stanford.
Wow, dude.
It's like 5 minutes away, 10 minutes away. Obviously, yeah. I mean,
9th pick overall.
Yeah, I guess
2019.
they're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so decent slate for a Thursday night. I think that Lightning
slate, dude.
Bruins game is going to be very good. We'll see what happens, but obviously riled for the Rangers to get back to it tomorrow.
Riled, dude.
Let's finish out this, first half right. After some tough losses. You put the cursor over it, Tony. We're talking the Farmer Insurance Open. Odd with the Wednesday start. We didn't even.
Yeah, that
talk
is
about
really odd, dude. I didn't even realize
because it was funny.
Wednesday.
Before I looked it up, I was thinking about it. I'm like, I'm talking to you yesterday about how you're going to watch it when you get home. I'm like, wait a second, it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
The off tournament starts on Thursday. But for whatever reason, you think it's conference championship. They don't want to conflict, even though the waste management, though, they play on the same day as the Super Bowl, the final round. So I don't get that. But yesterday was interesting just for the fact that we talked about how the North course is easier over there, and the guys three guys tied at 8 under, all played the North course. You got Sam Ryder, Aaron Ray, Brent Gran, all tied at 8 under par. Brennan Steele won back at 7 under. Sahith Theegala, 6 under par. Top guy on the South course, Andrew Novak and Sam Stevens shot 6 under. So it'll be interesting to see if they keep that up. They could, get in the mix here, especially playing the tougher South course today. Gary Woodland, who won here. Actually, no, he won at Pebble Beach, actually. That's my mistake. But 6 under par, tied for 5th. And Tony, I always, I'm blanking here. I know I said Finau. Who did you say again?
Xander.
Okay, so Mr. Schauffele looks a little down the list here.
Come on.
I thought you said you had 10 minutes for me yesterday watching. Doesn't seem like it.
I didn't.
What happened?
Class ran a lot longer than I thought it would, dude.
How much longer?
Probably 45 minutes longer.
Wow.
Yeah.
What, a lot of questions or?
Honestly, the first class I taught ran longer than I thought, and I thought I would have time in between classes to eat and prepare myself and do stuff like that, but that wasn't the case. So a little bit of a rush for the second class. They had lots of questions. It was a big teaching them how to set up a camera and breaking down and stuff. They gotta watch them do it, gotta correct them. Definitely longer class than I thought. Yeah, probably didn't get out until past 7.
So Tony
7:30.
Finau tied for 116th +1 yesterday, and we'll just do a quick check on Schauffele. Xander yesterday, even par, tied for 92nd. So both guys with some work to do. Definitely, we expect them to get off to a lot better starts. So that's interesting. But as we know,
Kind of disappointing.
day by day,
Yeah.
Stuff changes rather quickly.
Last day's on Saturday?
Last day's on Saturday. So
That
odd.
is so odd, dude.
But you look at this. I mean, what are the odds? Ryder, Ray, and Grant, are going to be up there.
Yeah.
At the end of this one. But you think there's some time today? Quick watch when you go home.
Can't do it.
Over the weekend, there's got to be a gap somewhere. No,
Friday.
Friday.
That's the big gap, baby.
Did Jay get any wagers in for the tournament?
For the golf?
Yeah.
Don't think so. No.
Wow.
That's not really his expertise.
Okay.
Dude.
All right. I just figured he wanted to give it a taste.
Yeah. Jay sucks at golf.
What would you say your spread would be between the two of you out on the course?
Oh wow, dude. I would be at, I don't know, -220.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, dude. Heavy favorite.
Have you golfed with them a lot or no?
No.
You
Maybe
did-
twice.
But it was like
Driving range a lot, though. Driving range a lot.
okay.
Yeah,
It
bit of driving
struggles to make contact. Or?
Yeah. Overall goofiness of the swing and everything. It's just not. There's gonna be no consistency. It's gonna be, not good, dude.
Target score for you this year, best round. What's it going to be?
Oh gosh, 90.
Would that be a career low?
It would be.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, 90. I mean, that's a really good score. Honestly, I always think 90. You respect it when you say that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. 90, I'd be like, wow.
I'm hoping. I think it would be a career low for me. Would be 80. So I'm hoping for that. I know that's real tough, but course right around the corner. You get comfortable. You play enough, and it's just concentration, Tony.
Yeah, I know. You just
it's so tough, though. It really is. And then especially sometimes a couple beers.
Oh yeah, lose your focus.
Don't hit a house.
Oh,
A couple times.
oh, dude.
Oh man, all in good fun. All in good fun. But
dude.
other than that, I mean, I had to say today was great. I mean, a lot of back and forth.
Yeah, dude.
No, come on, it was hilarious.
No, yeah, it was funny.
But anything else, Tony, on the way out here?
Dude, stay tuned. Craigos Crypto Corner on again today at
Bitcoin,
noon.
baby, Bitcoin. Michael, when's it
Live,
reaching
baby.
100K? When?
2 years.
Wow,
Wow, dude,
that's
2
bold.
years. That's really bold.
So what time is Crypto Corner?
Noon. Tune
Okay.
back in, dude.
Special guest?
Special guest
Yeah.
interview. Who is he interviewing today, Renee? I gotta meet their mic again.
I think it'll be a surprise.
Check it out. Check it out.
Yeah,
YouTube. Check it out on YouTube. It's up there.
But yeah, honestly, what a show today. Breaking news though. Let's see what this is.
What?
Oh, wow. Breaking
You want
news. Michael's gonna hate this one, but I'm gonna say it anyway. The Jets have hired former Broncos head coach Nathaniel Hackett as their new offensive coordinator. So obviously that sounds atrocious from the start. Complete joke in Denver this year. However, we know whose favorite offensive coordinator he is. The one, the only Aaron Rodgers. So let the speculation begin. Now, despite the joke that it was with Denver, is this a positive sign just because of Rodgers? 100%. All right. So now, Tony, are you a believer in the whole Rodgers thing? Or you could say we thought that with Denver last year, didn't end up getting him.
Bang.
Interesting. So little breaking news at the buzzer. That's always exciting.
Yeah, that was very exciting, dude. I
didn't expect it, but now I'm by the way, I'm 100% convinced it's Rodgers.
Really?
100%. Yep. Otherwise, what would be the upside of
the
bringing
Super Bowl.
But otherwise, right? Why would you bring in this guy?
No.
So hopefully that doesn't backfire.
Rodgers just wants to call his own plays.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, what a show today, and we're gonna have a really football heavy show tomorrow.
Frenzy.
Breaking down Frenzy, a 2-game frenzy of the of the conference championship games, and it'll be great to have Jay in here again. It's been a while now, but once again, really appreciate everybody tuning in, continuing to comment, like, and subscribe. Checking out the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee in costume, as well as the merch at downtimetv.com. Everybody enjoy the day, enjoy the games, and we will see you. Mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do.